Hello everyone. So this is part 2 of the Pelagos trilogy. This is about the specs, and I will go straight ahead. The Tudor Pelagos has a number of 25500TN. It's got a titanium case, titanium bracelet with stainless steel at the end. You can see here the adjustable clasp, which I didn't think much about because I never had any problems wearing this watch or any watch at all. But after a week on the wrist, I really enjoy this bracelet. It will never ever slide down your wrist again. I think that's I never liked that because you bump it into something easier. So that will never happen again. It's got the flat sapphire crystal, matte finish. The hour markers in the bezel are super luminova. Probably the same as on the Rolex Deep Sea, I'm not sure. It is different than on the Black Bay, because the Black Bay by Tudor has green lume. So this I think is one level higher. It's got the snowflake hands from the original Tudors, ceramic bezel. It's the first and only, as far as I know, titanium, completely titanium watch coming out of the Rolex factory. It's 42 millimeters. It's brushed and polished with a satin finish. The movement is an ETA 2824 top grade Tudor tweaked movement. People who have this in-house movement fetish, well guys, this movement runs within COSC measurements and rules. And as for a dive watch, why would you want to have an in-house movement for a dive watch? It's a tool watch. It should have a very decent, good running and tested movement. The ETA 2824 is such a movement. And as far as I've read, and it's a little bit of research, I'm not an expert on this, but I think I found out that, for example, if ETA says it's the 2824 movement, it doesn't necessarily mean it's all the same movement. It's like a basic, it's like a base where they put extra parts on there. So ETA 2824 will not be the same in every watch, because some will have different parts on it. Also, there are several different classes of parts. So you got the standard parts for the ETA, you got the top and the high grade and the top grade, and then the COSC grade parts. And this is like the highest grade under COCS grade, which means that it hasn't got the bling or the finishings of a COCS part, and it hasn't been tested as thoroughly as the others, as the chronometers, but it is exactly the same. So it's like buying a Ferrari but not having a tested Ferrari, just getting it out of the factory. I don't think that's a problem, because it got 2 years warranty, so if anything's wrong with it, it's going to come up in the next 2 years. So definitely, it is a chronometer. It just doesn't say, and it wasn't tested like one. Doesn't mean it doesn't run perfectly. This one runs, I think, 10 seconds fast in a week now. For a new watch, that's not very bad, because it will still have to set in. The whole movement is just started. So I bet this, within a few months, this will run maybe a second a day or something. It's really nice. 500 meter waterproof with the date. The bezel is unidirectional, one directional, 60 clicks, and the last click is a little bit tougher, so you can when you turn it, you can blindly find the 60 again. It's got a screw down crown. It doesn't have a pearl on the bezel, which I think is good, because that would have ruined the plain looking image of the watch, which I really like. The titanium finish is just very a little bit darker, and it did pick up some scratches in a week, but they're hardly visible. I got the rubber strap on there quite quickly, didn't ruin the lugs. I had it on the rubber strap. I didn't really like it on the rubber strap. I don't know. I'm not used to wear watches like that. I rather wear it on a leather band. So I'm gonna try to find like a rug black leather band for this one. I think that would be really nice. Like I said, the gas escape valve at the side. As far as I know, Pelagos means sea. So yeah, it's a bit logical for the whole thing. And again, would you ever be considering an in-house movement for a dive watch? ETA has been there for centuries. So an in-house movement, it is an in-house movement, but just not by Rolex, a company that was founded 150 years after ETA. So definitely you got a very good movement and there's nothing wrong with it. And it's a dive watch, so it's not an open-up watch to see what kind of a movement is inside watch. It's not something classy, it's not something fancy. So putting in an in-house movement in this dive watch would just be very expensive and very obsolete. So really, I'm very glad they didn't. And of course, if you make 100,000 movements, it's going to be cheaper to produce than when you make 20,000 movements. So it's not all in the money. You really have to get your head around the way marketing or the market works to see that this is actually quite a good movement in here. As is the Value 7750. Call it generic, whatever. Let me tell you that 99.9% of the people would not know what movement in-house means or COSC means and stuff. So that's a lot of nitpicking, and I definitely love this watch. It's on the wrists for a long time now, for a whole week. Hasn't been off just when I go to sleep, and it really is a no bling watch, which I like because it doesn't shine, and still people are very interested in what it is. So this was the cold specs. I might do a 2.2 to tell you what I personally have for experiences with the specs. So hopefully this will get you a little bit further into seeking what you like, but just know that this is there, and it's a bloody good watch.